So at the closing of this hour, we'll come right back and get into all the video clips and your calls. I want to tell folks about Fabled Enemies. Jason Burmis' hard-hitting 9/11 film exposing how the globalists carried out the attacks. The latest information, the most up-to-date. Want to get Fabled Enemies at Infowars.com. In-game blueprint for global enslavement to understand what makes the New World Order tick, what their master plan is. A new documentary presentation with added footage nobody'd ever seen of that last interview Aaron Russo did before he died with me. Reflections and Warnings, interview with Aaron Russo. We've got a deal on Infowars.com where you can get this for free when you get it with the Obama deception. I just want to get these out to people. Folks had requested that we put this on a DVD in higher quality. It's got a presentation for myself, the latest banking info, and a bunch of other clips and documents. Reflections and Warnings, very important. Global Warming, Emerging Science and Understanding, Dr. Michael Kaufman's latest film on the whole green tax scam. And, of course, the Obama deception. I watched this film again with friends I was staying with in Los Angeles while I was doing some work, and they were just completely blown away by it. And I really, watching my own film in hindsight, 5 months after it came out, this sucker is powerful and needs to be seen. Infowars.com. Have these DVDs on your books shelf, on your video shelf. And also your purchase supports this radio show. I want to thank all of you that have gotten the books and videos available at Infowars.com. You can also call toll-free. Operators are standing by, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. All right, third hour. Stay with us.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It's Tuesday, the 21st day of July, 2009. We're going to be live here in the next 2 hours. And I know I said we'd have wide open phones today. We have been taking your calls. In fact, let's go ahead and take a few calls. And in the next segment, I'm going to play these video clips dealing with $24 trillion stolen by the offshore banks. A story that dovetailed with a caller earlier about Army awards $24 million satellite terminal contract to L3. The U.S. Army will begin buying new ground terminals to expand battlefield access to commercial satellite communications bandwidth under a $24 million contract awarded April 15th. So that dovetails in with the Humvees and things zooming around, running checkpoints. So we'll go over that report as well. Coming up, another report here, powerful ideas, military developing cyberbug spies. And I remember 2 years ago, it was in the Washington Post about fake dragonflies, about 4 inches across, 5 inches long, flying around videotaping demonstrators. Yeah, this is now going on, ladies and gentlemen. I was at a friend's house this weekend, and we were working on a report, and this lizard outside comes running up to us, and my buddy goes, probably got a camera in it. He was joking, but, you know, we've now gotten to that point where you have to sit there and joke about such things. So that's all coming up. Also, Bohemian Grove's been going for about a week and a half now, so we've got some new news on that as well. That's coming up. But right now, let's go back to your calls. Let's talk to John in Louisiana. John, thanks for holding. Top of the morning to you.
How are you doing, Alex? I want to thank you and Jason for all of the work you have done. And I actually have some good news for you.
Oh, well, hell, let me have it. I want to hear it.
In the mid-level minions of the New World Order decided they wanted to sell their eugenics plan, you know, their eugenics health care, to the people in Louisiana. Well, they didn't advertise it at all because they wanted very little opposition. And media from all the, you know, mainstream local outlets were there. But we actually managed to get a really good question in despite all of the other questions that they had. Kathleen Phelps, the head of the Health and Human Services Department with the Bilderberg. It was reported in the Kansas Daily in 2007, and she was on the list for 2008. And we asked her that question, and she admitted
So what did you ask her about the wondrous new federal health care they're going to give you?
Well, I couldn't get a question in. I was videotaping it on my camera phone, and I actually have the video. I actually have the video uploaded on the computer already on YouTube.
Good.
And we went under Campaign for Liberty. We started handing out constitutions in the audience. I know, dangerous stuff. I'm handing out constitutions and Obama.
Did this freak them out? Did they think Al Qaeda was hitting hard?
Yes, they did, but it was actually really surprising because some of the cops came up to us and shook our hands after when we mentioned Bilderberg. It seemed like some people in the crowd knew what we were asking. I even heard gasps. I heard a lot of clapping.
Oh my God, they're mentioning our rulers. Oh no! Oh, the officers arrest them. The officers are like, no, we're not going to. How dare you! Ah. I want to hear more about this. You say this video's up. Stay there. I want to hear more about this from our caller, John, Louisiana. I'll talk to Mark, Chad, David, Joshua, and others. It's all coming up, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the one, the only GCN Radio Network. Hey, sorry, Limbaugh. All those years you said the Bilderberg didn't exist, the CFR didn't. You're discredited. You were unable to suppress conservative America. They now know the truth.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
I've got a report here out of England. Facebook police raided my family barbecue. The guy said, I'm having a birthday party for my 30th family barbecue. No music, hamburgers. The police raided them with helicopters and police and said it's not allowed. You have to have a permit to have a party basically anywhere. And the police are here in the newspaper defending themselves. See, you're going to ask permission to pee in the toilet, folks. And the feds are now talking about making it law to have sensors in all toilets to test for drugs automatically that are hooked to a wireless internet system. And they already have old folks' homes that do this. Everything's going to be tracked. The nanny state, they're going to watch you, they're going to boss you, they're going to control you. But the last caller we're about to go back to was talking about he was at an event with the Health and Human Services Secretary, who was a Bilderberg Group member, exposing how the feds want to federalize everything, and that the police, and they were handing out pocket constitutions at the Obama event, and talking about the Bilderberg Group were coming up and shaking their hand because the police are waking up. There's three things. Either cops are good men and women, they wake up and realize what's happening because they're right in the middle of it, or they're really stupid and don't understand what they're part of and kind of go along with it, or they're evil and know what they're part of. But that's it. Those three groups. And it's our job to reach out to the ignorant ones, the ones that are kind of under a spell or in a trance, so they can see what's happening. But finish up, John in Louisiana, with the story you were telling.
Well, before I went to the event, I did my research on all the people that were there. We had Tom Vilsack, the Department of Agriculture was there, the Department of Veteran Affairs, Eric Shinseki, and Shinseki, U.S. Department of Labor, Hilda Solis, and I all of these people. Hilda is a CFR member. Shinseki is a CFR member, and Department of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack, the former Iowa governor, gave 2 rewards to Monsanto, which I'm sure you're aware of Monsanto.
Yes, Monsanto, yes.
But I did my research, but she was answering most of the questions. Because
now this meeting, she was there pushing the president's health care takeover plan?
Yes.
Okay, but you say that when you mentioned Bilderberg or when one of your group did, that there were gasps in the audience.
Yes, there was gas in the audience. I even heard some boos when she mentioned it's a international group of European and American business and political officials that come.
Oh, wait, sir, just tell the story in a nutshell. You mean she got confronted about Bilderberg and talked about it?
Yes, briefly. She briefly explained what Bilderberg was.
And the people booed her.
She said she did attend, and that Governor Rick Perry, she didn't say that whether he attended, but she said that he was invited. But she said at the end of it, it wasn't very that clear, but if you listen in really well, I did attend. That was the last thing she
appreciate
said.
your call. Keep up the good work there. Good to hear from you. Let's go ahead and take another call now. Let's go ahead and talk to Mark in Oregon. Mark, you're on the air.